Cupping is a practice used in roasteries and coffee businesses for quality control and purchasing purposes. It may seem like something only a coffee professional can do, but I'm here to tell you that anyone can cup. In fact, people who are eager to become better coffee makers should cup whenever they can. Palate development is learned through muscle memory and practice, and in this video, I will exhibit a cupping where my tools are all within a modest budget so that you can feel empowered to practice your cupping skills. Here are the tools you will need. Feel free to pause this so you can read the whole list. And today I have for you a local roaster in Chicago, New Math Coffee. They specialize in Asian coffees. I will give you some object associations to help you understand concepts like acidity, sweetness, body, and flavor perception. I believe in you and know that you possess a strong palate already, and I want to support you in discovering it. We are also going to be covering water quality in this video. I will be setting up a cupping using Chicago tap water, as you see here, and Brita filtered water from a pitcher. Tap water is typically unfiltered and contains a high minerality content or hardness. Hard water extracts coffee at a faster rate. This may be why your home coffee tastes a little bitter. This is a TDS meter for water, not coffee. This will test the hardness of my water and give me a reading of its parts per million. There are other factors like pH, alkalinity, and all that jazz, but this will do for now. Ideal coffee brewing water resides in the 50 to 150 ppm range. This Brita water is reading as a 76 parts per million. Not bad, but not great as well. When reading a TDS, the water has to be at least room temp, not hot. Now I'll be reading my tap water. Yeah, that's definitely harder. That's 133 ppm. I can already guess that the cupping with this water will taste a little muddier and less clear. I'm going to record my notes as we go through this so you can follow what I'm getting. The things I'm looking for here are the aroma of the dry and wet coffee, its acidity, its body, the sweetness, and its notes. Flavor notes, that is. My tips for the sniffin' are to do quick, deep sniffs like a bunny. And if your nose feels overwhelmed by the coffee, you can smell the skin of your arm if you're not wearing perfume to reset it to its natural smell perception. Yeah, it's a real thing we do on the cupping table. Smelling the dry coffee specifically is hard to do, so don't feel discouraged if you can't get anything besides chocolate or coffee, because you're not wrong. I'm using my new Time Morse scale as a timer to keep track of this cupping. I love this scale, it's really nice, very close to an Akaya. Before we begin, here are the parameters for the coffee cupping. Feel free to pause here so you get your specs. Alrighty, so there's no real technique here. Just fill the 8-ounce bowls up right to the top and start your timer as soon as you begin. Try to do them both at once. Now get some notes for the wet smell of your coffee. It's really fun because it transforms a lot once you put some water on it. Now let's let it brew to the 4-minute mark. Notice the crust that forms. That is really important because it insulates the coffee underneath so that it can brew properly. Don't shake or agitate the bowls as they brew, please. Here are my smelling notes. Since they're both the same, I lumped both bowls together. I got cacao nib and blackberry for the dry coffee, and some maple and oak for when it's wet. Let's fast forward to the 4-minute mark when our coffee's done brewing. I'm going to break the crust. Didn't get a good angle here, but basically what you do is take your spoon about halfway into the cup, swirl it around 2 or 3 times, and get a good sniff. Now I'm going to clean the cup by skimming the stuff up off the top. You don't want to slurp this, it's really not that great. At this point, we're going to let it cool to about the 8 to 10 minute mark so that when I slurp, I don't burn myself. In the meantime, I'm going to show you what I call my cupping cheat sheet so that you can understand the concepts of cupping and tasting coffee. Feel free to pause here to get a good look at this. Acidity can easily be picked apart when compared to different fruits. Lemons are intense and puckering and mouth-watering. Grapefruit is tannic, pleasantly drying and a little bitter like tonic water. Apples have a malic acidity, which tend to be soft and tender, and effervescent or sparkly like a Honeycrisp. Body can be compared to different milks, like whole, 2%, cream, oat, what have you. Also think of beers like ales, stouts, lagers, and raw ales. Which of those are thicker on the mouth and which of those feel more thin? In my opinion, sweetness is the most approachable. Think of dark, milk, white chocolates, honey, brown versus white sugar to help you figure that out. Flavors are from your own memory. You perceive and teach yourself the way you experience flavors. What is this triggering you to experience? Do you taste juice that you had as a kid? Go with that. Trust your first impressions. Nothing's wrong here. Alright, looks like these coffees are cool enough to taste, so let's get started. Grab a little sample in your little spoon and slurp. The goal is to spray the entire tongue with the coffee so you can perceive everything. Let's see what we got here. I'm getting some strawberries and red raspberry with the Brita water cup, and red raspberry in the tap water, but it doesn't taste as vibrant. It's almost like a flavoring. On to the body of the coffee. It's awesome. I'm getting like this nice plush body, like a nectar or a milk tea. It's not literally chewy, but it's got like some stuff in it, and I really like it. For the sweetness, I'm getting some nice fruit punch, fresh fruit sweetness with the Brita cup. The tap water, not much sweetness to be honest. It's kind of diffused, the sweetness and clarity, but it has this cool lemonade vibe going on. I'm collecting some data for the flavor notes here. I'm super into this coffee. I'm getting nice cranberry, acai, a little kiwi, some red wine, like a Cabernet. The tap water cup has similar vibes, but it's more like black tea, raspberry, and lemon. Honestly, it's still not bad. Also, the notes I got were pretty damn close to what's on the bag. Mikey, this coffee rocks. I hope some of you choose to buy from New Math because I'm really digging this blend and the new Java I just copped. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next.